Hey guys, Chad Tracy back here with another video. Sorry for the delay. I know I disappointed a lot of people. I got a lot of texts, emails, what have you. My bad. Just taking care of some business, guys. We are back. Chad Tracy. I was terminated because two officers lied and said I called them a pussy and a faggot, and I threatened to beat them up. I'm still fighting for my jobs today as they sit back, one retired and one getting high every single day that he goes into work. So here we are. So let's get to it. Let's start with the Trenton State. We had started the last one with one officer getting shanked, the other one getting hit, and then I heard that four officers had turned in their badges and refused to come back to work after that. They quit. I guess after they seen that and how administration reacts to things like that and doesn't have the officers back, I guess they kind of learned the hard way, unfortunately, and seen the bad part of what happens to officers. And listen, hey, nobody wants that to happen to anybody, and unfortunately it did happen. Hope those officers, like I said before, I hope they're doing better. I hope they get the counseling that they need. I hope DOC does provide it. But they probably won't, because that's how they are. And let's talk about all this overtime, guys. This overtime that's going on throughout the state. So you're getting officers that are making, my understanding, anywhere from, I don't know, maybe I'm not reading it correctly, $250,000 a year. So I calculated as being them working 7 days a week, 16-hour days. So pretty much no days off to make that much money. They're pretty much almost like doubling their salary, if you will. So since they're doing that, they're getting mandatory things of that nature. I'm wondering how their mental health is going to be once they retire. They're getting mandatory once, twice a week. Because actually, let's call it what it is. There's some officers in Garden State that just doesn't get mandatory. They refuse, they don't get written up, and they don't have family leave. And when you're part of the good old boys of Garden State, that's exactly what happens. And I'm sure it does happen throughout the state, other places. But my focus is in Garden State and what happens there. Until they get rid of that scumbag major that rolls around in the dirt all day with his white shirt and crumball pants, and doesn't shave, doesn't brush his teeth, no haircut, doesn't blouse his pants or no shoes. It doesn't shine his shoes with some white socks on. Until he goes, I'll stop blistering Garden State. But until he's still there, I don't know how long he's been there, 11, 14 years, whatever it is. Man, that guy needs to go. That jail is the worst in the state. And everything inside of it is the worst in the state. As far as some of the things that are going on in there shouldn't be happening, but it is. When you're part of a good old boys club, everything is covered up. And that's part of the problem. It's going to continue to get covered up until someone gets a set of balls to get them transferred. I guess maybe since you guys had that majors meeting not too long ago, maybe you guys will shake the boat a little bit and start shaking up some of these majors and put them elsewhere throughout the state, especially that guy. So, and this is one of the issues, that they're having at Garden State. You have officers that are getting doused with shit, and you have rookie sergeants saying, "Hey, well, if you had, if you give the inmate what he wanted, then you wouldn't have got gushed with anything." What do you mean if you give the inmate what he wanted? You're supposed to give the inmate what he's supposed to have, and that's it. And that's part of the problem. When you give him over stuff that what he's supposed to, they act like they're entitled, and that's part of the problem. When there's an officer that's firm, that only gives them what they're supposed to have, and then there's another soft, as we call soft officer, gives them everything in the house, it makes it a lot more difficult for the officer that's firm in doing his job. So, and then you have that going on. People are going home sick. They're putting, GAs up on the tier. They're going home sick. So it's almost like a sick out, a mass sick out for officers. Which, hey, listen, nobody wants to get gushed, right? There's no sense. You're getting gushed. Not only are you getting gushed, you're getting in your face, your eyes, everything like that. Then you got to fight for your SLI, your workers' comp or what have you, and that gets turned down. So, and then you're out of a uniform. You got to go buy another uniform because you got the guy up in the front house, if you will, not reissuing money for new uniforms, and they still haven't taken care of the 2 or 3 officers from before. So officers are still fighting for the uniforms to get paid for. Like, come on, man, really? That's how we do it. That's how we take care of our fellow officers. That's part of the problem at Garden State. Until you get that piece of shit major out of there, he runs too much stuff. He's got his nose into everything, and he puts his people in select areas so he can watch everybody, and they can dial back into him. But I'm on to him. I know what he's doing. That guy's soft. That's why he won't retire, because he's a nobody outside of Department of Corrections. He's an absolute nobody, and that's why he doesn't want to retire. And I'm sure he knows that. So, they're retaliating. I don't know if this is administration or if this is the majors that are retaliating against the officers for going home sick. They're making them do log reports. And they have to get changed every single day. They can't have the same breaks, so on and so forth. Generally, they past practice has always been they pretty much get the same breaks, so you know what you're doing all day, so on and so forth. But now, with the log reports, they're making them, do everything new and get everybody new things, and it's just they're just making the morale even worse than what it is, because nobody wants to hear the officers. So that's why the officers are going home sick. So now you got administration that's retaliating against the officers, and you have a union rep or union reps in there, or I should say union rep, IVP, that's doing absolutely nothing about it because he's too busy hanging out with the majors and some of the administration. So it just sucks, and that's what I was telling you before, guys. When you have your IVP, even in my case, when you have the IVP that's hanging out with the majors and also the administration, there's a significant void there that shouldn't happen, but unfortunately it's happening there. And I'm not sure he's doing much for the officers, but it is what it is at this point, right? Then you got the certain major that continues to go out with a certain female every single day on their breaks together. I just don't know how certain officers get to leave the facility, go on their breaks, and then come back. Is that for everyone, or is that just for the good old boys club? Because I know when I was at Wagner, we couldn't leave the jail to go on break and do all that kind of stuff, but they do it every single day. And hey, who's the SID guy there? Chewy? Hey, Chewy. Why don't you look at the cameras up in the front and see what you see, and see who's leaving? Because I know you're watching, and you lied in my case too, saying that you were the lead investigator, and you absolutely weren't. But that's what our video footage is for, and the questions that were asked during my case, you weren't even there for some of them, but you lied under oath also. So we'll see what happens with you too, Chewy. So you got administration that is retaliating against the officers. You have the officers getting gushed. You have a sergeant saying, hey, well, if you give the inmate what he wanted, you wouldn't have got gushed. And that's part of the problem. When you have DOC that relaxes the test and allows new officers to take the sergeant's test and move up rather quickly, they don't have the experience needed. I think they're able to take the test after 2 or 3 years of service. When I started, I believe it was like 7 or 8 years or 10 years or something like that, which that's what it should be, because you have a lot of people that are starting out that don't even know how to run a tier. And don't even know how to talk to inmates, or even cuff up inmates and things of that nature, and supervise inmates, or actually get some respect from the inmates. So unfortunately, that's how it is now, guys. It sucks, I know, but and then you got the when the officers get gushed, they're not getting their uniforms. They're taking the uniforms as evidence. Then they have to go buy their own and submit a receipt, and that guy's not even giving money for the receipts. So that sucks. And then you got mandatories going on. Like I said, some people aren't even getting mandatoried. They're just good old boys club. I'm just gonna go home and not worry about anything, and whatever. That's nuts. Then you're gonna have DOC. You got a mass exodus in the next, I don't know, 4 months. It already started, actually. To the next year and a half of officers leaving. I don't even know how many. Our classes were rather large back then, anywhere from 200 or 300 people, 125 people in some instances back then when we started, and they're leaving. So what's gonna happen then? You're gonna try to take care of it by doing 12-hour. Oh yeah, you're supposed to be doing 12-hour shifts now. Now, if you guys actually did your homework on the 12-hour shifts, the only thing that's going to benefit is manpower. It's the only thing that's going to benefit that is manpower. If you switch over to that, you're ruining a lot of people's lifestyles, and that's not what they signed up for. So you're gonna have a mass exodus with that too. And I know you don't care, but you're just trying to entice people in with money, and some people are falling for it, but some people aren't, because how can you do this blitz hiring, as you call it, when you don't have the officers back? And I said this before, and I'll continue to say, back in the day when something happened, man, jails were shut down throughout the state. Not just that facility that happened in, jails were shut down in the state. And then got permission to open back up. But the one part that one jail had stayed shut down for at least 2 or 3 or 4, 5 days, or even a week or two, stayed shut down. But now that it's so inmate friendly, and you got a lot of people that are in charge that are worried about inmates instead of worried about officers, that's part of the problem there. But people uptown, when you get uptown, it's a whole nother ball game. You're not in touch with reality anymore. It's all political when you get up that high. I know a lot of people. They say the same exact thing, guys. It's a shame, but it's just the way it is. You're like a yes sir, yes sir, yes sir, no sir, yes ma'am, yes ma'am, yes ma'am, yes ma'am. It's crazy. So you got, I don't know, 4 or 5 people up in the front office in state of New Jersey. Like I said this, I'll say it again. My mom raised me and my 2 older brothers, so there's nothing against females, and I'm not being sexist or anything like that. But when you have 5 females or 4 females in the top 4 positions in DOC, or 5 positions, there's an issue there. And I'm not sure of the color, creed, nationality, but it should be spread out evenly. Whatever, color, creed, or nationality you are, it should be spread out evenly. Not because who you know and who you blow or who you fuck, right? That's pretty much how it is in DOC. So you move up, you fuck up, you move up. That's how it is in DOC. And it's who you know. If you can get them tests through the academy or whoever you're getting, the tests from, if you notice, the people that are moving up in Department of Corrections are all boys. They're all friends. It's a good old boys club, even up there. So I say throughout the state, and I'll continue to say it. And if anybody has a problem with it, I'm always in the gym. I'm easy to find. 9 o'clock at night, I'm up at Edge Fitness in Cherry Hill. I'm not hard to find. I don't care. Come find me. You have a problem with me, come talk to me. We can talk like men. I'm everywhere. I'm right in your backyard, so you can always see me. We talk like men, friends after. It's all good, right? So I wasn't gonna go here, but you know what I say, right? Fuck it, right? How is it that you have people in DOC at Garden State, right, that their family goes there, that one person gets their son in there at Garden State, and there's how many jails throughout the state, but it just so happens that that officer's son is at Garden State with them? Isn't that called nepotism? Like I said, when you have the old major that retired, his son starts there, and his ex-wife is still working there, and his boy is the other dirty major that I've been talking about that needs to leave Garden State. That's nepotism. Absolutely disgusting. Am I lying? You can get mad as you want. I call it like I say it. You don't like what I say? Tough shit. Go make a YouTube channel up and tell your story. Just like I am. I'm telling my story. Like I said, if you guys didn't do half the shit that you did to me, then I wouldn't be here today telling my story, right? It took me 6 years, right? 6 years to open my mouth, and now I'm finally doing it. DOC, do the right thing. That's all I ask. Do the right thing. That's it, guys. You have a good night. I will be seeing you on Sunday, which is tomorrow. Enjoy our time together, as always. And tell a friend. Don't forget to subscribe. I'm not going anywhere, guys. And I told you we're starting a new series. We're getting that worked up. We're gonna have the most controversial person in New Jersey DOC history on my channel. Like I've been saying, it's coming. Have a good night. I'll see you soon. Stay safe in there. Watch your back, whether you like the person or not. Watch their back. Take care.